Don't let your strongest muscle be in your goddamn them Twitter fingers, nigga. Boss that nigga, man. Get your shit together, man. I'm overrated. So overrated. Overrated. So overrated, nigga. Coming on this bitch real fresh, bulletproof, high shoot, bitch. You better wear your vest. She try to get something off her chest, but the drip on her head made a mess. I'm a real piece of profit on this one, but nighttime sheet, I'm a beast. I'm like, here, eat it up, baby, eat. Here, eat it up, baby, eat. I walk with my pole like a pimp in the stick that I got up a ton. I walk around with a lot of blaze, I lit a rip on them, yeah. Tonight it's a ride, I got a show, live show, and the niggas still indie. Hey, UPK niggas winning, UPK niggas gifted. Hey, I had a little money, but I lost a little money for that punk ass job. Now I'm getting paid off passion, so it's only right that I stunt. All the niggas wanna hate, frustrates on the face, boy, low wasting time. I don't hate being around broke minds, I motivate their ass and they grind. And that's a real ass leader, real ass nigga, 2G short in the flesh. And I'ma eat my plate so good, I'ma let a little bit while the dish. And I'ma beat down your block so rich, top off, you'll feel their leg. I went to another bitch house, cause that bitch ain't clean up the kitchen. And I ain't saying no names, give a goddamn shit, let that motherfucker learn. I left my phone unlocked, woke up, bitch had a damn chalkboard in front. Wanna know who it is, who the fuck is that bitch, I ain't telling no business. And I bought another motherfucking chopper, and that big game with some haters, but hey, I'm overrated, pass, overrated. I'm overrated, pass, overrated, nigga. I'm overrated, pass, overrated. I'm overrated, pass overrated, nigga. I pass overrated, my money coming steady, I'ma rock up my good talk. Hey, the women looking good, got them white cross, I was trying to see who got good talk. South Carolina with them 5 big women, they better know how to cook up. Hey, never take a bitch from scratch, that'll keep a nigga, yeah, on stop. I be in Atlanta with the hitters, zone 6 rockin' with a nigga. Had a nigga walk up to a G, but couldn't get past my security. Yeah, I go out, that's my dog already, and a priest to a fish. Niggas in the world traumatized, tryna buy a trip off a nigga. But we can keep the shows coming, keep these hoes running hill for a change, he'll fly. But I gotta keep my fly swat on me, cause these knack bitches lying. I'm in North Carolina doing real big shit, I been got new ties. If you ain't round broke, boy, you tired. But me and my niggas, yeah, pass overrated, pass overrated. Overrated, pass overrated, nigga. Pass overrated, pass overrated, overrated, pass overrated, nigga. That's the pass overrated, man. Mixtape, EP, whatever you wanna call it. I'm feeding y'all more. Y'all run this shit up, man. Do this shit for the Lord, man. Pass overrated, man.
It's 1 West, 1 2 5th. They let the priests in the building, nigga. They let the priests in the building, nigga. They let the priests in the building. This is 1 West, 1 2 5th. They let the priests in the building, nigga. They let the priests in the building, nigga. They let the priests in the building, nigga. Beards, braids, and boots, even though I got a bald head, long nose. Pistol, I feel that bitch with bald heads, all prank. Tissue pulling out that boy's head. Shit's chopped. Looking like a bulls at a street fight, 2 hands faster than the Honda. You don't want no problems, roll up on you like Blanca. 1 West, that's the mantra. Red headband with a spray gun like Contra. Check your attitude, the gear stretch, longitude, the latitude. Come on. I'm a priest, bitch, so some fucking gratitude. Could tell I'm 1 West by the way I walk, way I talk. 125th straight New York, ballin', nigga. And I'ma rep it to the death of me. I die for the guy on the right or the left of me. You turn into beast mode, I turn into priest mode. Get to knocking niggas out like Craig for thinking they default. It's 1 West, 1 2 5th. They let the priests in the building, nigga. They let the priests in the building, nigga. They let the priests in the building. This is 1 West, 1 2 5th. They let the priests in the building, nigga. They let the priests in the building, nigga. They let the priests in the building, nigga. All core, men at war. I just follow Captain Yachty, with him I go. I might lose my shit, for him I blow and get to picking niggas off through that one I scope. We got a garment down to the foot, girdle around the paps, not a scuff on the boot. Yeah. You niggas try and look tough and look cute while we rock rough and stuff until your stuff and loose. Been held back through long. Now we busting loose, breaking down the barriers, this destructive truth. I was talking to a dumb nigga rhyming, he said we the Israelites, that's no denying. I said, yeah, but you ain't in compliance, you trying to be Kyrie, I'm trying to be General Muhammad.
That's right.
It make me want to break a nigga's spine and do what a doc ain't even fucking realign him. I get a nigga to get a nigga on consignment.
It's 1 West, 1 2 5th.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building. This is
1 West, 1 2 5th.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building, nigga. This the truth, this the home.
Home of the truth.
When niggas ain't gotta roam.
Yeah, yeah.
When niggas ain't gotta die alone. Put a nigga on both sides, you ain't gotta die alone. Be like, that nigga deader than a motherfucker. I brought my sword back wetter than a motherfucker. Fuck the turtles. I'm shredded like a motherfucker in this gym trying to get shredded like a motherfucker. The loose can and the firebomb. Everything on this gun custom like a Dawana. Call it Wanyala. The Kwa, Razan, the Mafia, Yahaja, Malakati, Yaganan.
Let's go.
They let the priests in the building, nigga, waking up on people. Even when we chillin', nigga, fuck them fake camps. Better get with the realer niggas. For crazy, come back and say, kill them niggas.
Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. This is ISUPK Austin Tuesday Brotherhood class. Brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon. Brotherhood and sisterhood is the weapon that we are going to use to get ourselves out of these hellacious conditions that we are in. You see, we have been downtrodden and put at the bottom for so long because they learned how to divide and conquer, okay? And since we have been, Salakia, I don't know if y'all could hear all that, but through dividing and conquering the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we don't have any brotherhood. We don't have any sisterhood. Okay, we are all about ourselves. Okay, we are all about our individual gain. You know, you'll say, I got a nice house, I got a nice car. Okay, my family's doing well, but you don't care about your brother and your sister. And that's why we need brotherhood. We need brotherhood all over this earth. Because without this brotherhood and this sisterhood, then we just fall and we just collapse. Everybody else knows how to come together. You think your enemy doesn't know how to come together, especially against you? So this is the things that we have to think about. This is the things that we have to understand. Okay? Tonight we are going to be teaching so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are. Okay? That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be showing you that you are the true Israelites according to the Bible. All right? Not according to your pastor, not according to your mama, not according to what anybody has taught you. The truth is, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are the true biblical Israelites. All right? And we're going to get understanding on that tonight. Give me a Deuteronomy 27:1.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. It reads, and Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments, which I command you this day.
You see, you were taught to keep all of the commandments, not the commandments that you want to keep, not the 10 commandments, not 2 commandments, not whatever the hell came to your brain. You were taught to keep these commandments of God. And as a people, that's why we have fallen short, because we decided to renege on the deal that the Most High made with us. Okay? Give me 28:1.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
Stop right there. It says, and it shall come to pass. That means this will surely happen. It says, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. That means to listen closely, right? That's what it means to hearken diligently. It means to listen closely, all right? It says, to the voice of the Lord thy God. Continue.
To the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we were supposed to be set high above all nations on the earth. Where are we at now? We are on the bottom. The reason we are on the bottom is because we didn't hearken diligently into the voice of the Lord thy God. You see, that's important. It's important to listen to what the Most High is saying. It's important to do what he tells you to do. Because if not, you won't be set high above all the nations. You see, the Bible ain't never talked about no equality. We want to talk about all this equality. We want everybody to be equal when nothing is equal. You're not equal at your job. You're not equal in society. You're not equal anywhere. You're not equal in your household. Are your children equal with you? La'ah, which means no, they are not. Okay? Continue reading.
Verse 2.
Oh, no, drop down to 15. Salaki.
Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
You see? Salaki, go ahead and finish it out, Salaki.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And that's why so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that's why we are in the condition that we are in. Because these curses have came and they have overtaken us because we didn't want to listen to the laws of God. We didn't want to listen to the very thing that kept us better than everybody else. We turned our back on it. And since we did that, all these curses are going to come upon us. Let's get some of the curses. Continue reading.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. We
are being unalived in our cities. We are being unalived in our countries, right? Country boys and city boys, they have the same fate, all right? Because they're under the same curses, okay? It says, cursed shall thou be in the city. Cursed shall thou be in the field. That's why we don't have any ownership. Well, what portions of America do you own? Okay? You were stripped from every damn thing. So you don't have no ownership. You just going out there and you are blowing with the wind. All right? Read that one more time.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
We will claim a corner with a blue or red rag attached to it. We don't own those streets. You don't own your damn house. You don't own your driveway. And you claiming this is your block. This is my block. This is old block. You know what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know what we own? We own no block. That's what we have to understand. Because we are cursed in the city and we are cursed in the field. Drop down to 21.
Verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee.
The Lord shall make these pestilence cleave unto thee. What is the pestilence? The pestilence is disease. We're the ones suffering from the diseases because we don't want to follow the laws of God. God told you what to eat. He told you not to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. And you wonder why we got diabetes. You wonder why we got high blood pressure. You wonder why we got hypertension. You wonder why we got heart disease. All right? These diseases, they cling unto us. They cling unto our communities. That's why your grandma's leg been swollen since you was a kid. That's why some of your family members, they had to chop off their leg, right? Because they have gotten so sick. It's because this pestilence, this disease, it is going to cling onto us. Continue reading, Officer Tamaki.
Until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess.
You see, and this consumes us. This consumes our community. Our community is rigged and it is flooded with the diseases. All the diseases out there, that plagues us. And that's because we didn't want to follow the laws of the Most High God. We wanted to be like all the other nations. We seen what they were doing, and we said, that is fun. Let's be like them. Let's eat that pig. All right, let's have a crawfish boil. Let's eat that catfish. All right, continue reading.
Verse 22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption and with a fever and with inflammation.
You see, with that fever and with that inflammation, ain't that what we was just talking about? When your ankles are swollen up, all right? When your leg is swollen up, when your arms are swelling up, we have a lot of inflammation. We have a lot of things wrong with us. Okay, go ahead.
And with an extreme burning.
And with what?
An extreme burning.
That extreme burning, those are STDs. That's what that extreme burning is. They can't give backs. Okay? This is what we are suffering from. This is what is plaguing our communities. This is what's happening because all these curses shall come upon you. Continue reading.
And with the sword.
And with the sword. Today, the sword is the gun. That's what the sword is today. We're being taken out at high rates through this violence, through all the treachery that goes on in our communities. Continue.
And with blasting.
Blasting them bombs. Continue.
And with mildew. And they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
And that's why we're being unalive. These things consume us until we perish. Okay? That's why when somebody is on the brink of going out, they still don't stop. I don't know if most of y'all are old enough to remember that movie Soul Food. But Big Mama, she kept cooking, right? She tried to eat that stuff even though her leg is about to fall off. Because the same thing that is unalive in us, we just keep partaking in. Continue reading.
Verse 23. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
You see this? This is a prophecy about prison. There's over 2 million Black and Hispanics in prison, incarcerated. Okay? And really, it's probably even more because they label Hispanics as white race. And they do that to make it seem like there's more white people in prison than there is. Okay? That's why when you get an Amber Alert, it'll have the name, and it'll say a white female, but her name is, Guadalupe Garza. Okay? Read that one more time.
And thy heaven that is above thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
You see, That is prison. When you're locked up with brass and iron, you're handcuffed. They slam those iron doors, those iron bars. That is what is going on. Okay. Drop down to 32.
I'm not sure if young man got a question.
Oh yeah. Any questions? Chat them in. Any questions online? You chat them in. Any questions in the room? You raise your hand. What's he got, Tamaki? He got something?
And you can unmute. You got a question, young man.
Oh, he's actually in the class.
Yeah.
Oh, Most High in Christ.
So what? Good. Move forward. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Whose sons and whose daughters were given unto another people? This is talking about slavery. This is talking about the transatlantic, the slavery that we went through. All right? And this is for all of us. Because you know what started the transatlantic slave trade, right? That was our Hispanic brothers and sisters getting paraded up to Spain. Okay? So we got to understand that this is talking about a specific people. It's talking about a particular people. It says, thy sons and daughters shall be given unto another people. That happened to us, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We were the ones getting our babies ripped out of our hands by the slave master and sold to another plantation for them to do whatever they will with them. It still goes on today with CPS, okay? Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. That's what happens with CPS. That's what happens with our babies, our Mexican babies on the borders. Go ahead, Tamaki.
I was just going to touch on that, sir. Like, we dealing with that in Texas right now, heavy, from El Paso to Eagles Pass. Like, our sons and our daughters are getting snatched. Some are getting took to Chicago, New York, and left stranded. And I want to say last week, a 15-year-old brother unalived officer because he was took from his mother and his father, man. It's crazy. He's cursed, man.
It is crazy. We got babies who don't even know their parents and never will because they were stripped away from such a young age that they don't have no understanding of who they are. Okay? Our sons and our daughters, they're given to another people. Continue reading.
Come. And thine eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long.
You see, all the day long you looking. Everywhere you looking to see if that's your child. The reason it says that thy eyes shall look and fill with longing is because you love your children. All day you looking for them. Every person you look at, you're going to see if that's your child. If that's the one that you love. If that's the one that you care about. Because your children were snatched. Continue.
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
And there is no might in our hands. Because we can't do absolutely nothing. When they come and they snatch your child from you, there is absolutely nothing that you can do. Because it's their law, it's their way, it's their will. Drop down to 45.
Come. Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
You see, because we didn't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, That's why we are in the conditions that we are in. That's why we're in the predicament that we in. That's why we have the oppressor over us delegating every damn thing we do in our life. You are not free. You think you're so damn free. You think you got a shot. You think everything is equal. It is not. There is no equality. And that's why you better get right and get with the Israelite school of UPK, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments so we can take the kingdom back. So our babies won't get snatched up by another nation. So we won't be out here getting unalived, where you can't even drive home without the dangers of being pulled over. We are in hell. If you are a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you are in hell. You think you're in heaven because you can get a pack of Rellos, because you can go to the liquor store, because you can snort cocaine? You think it's that because you drive a nice car? You think you're free because you live in a nice neighborhood? I want you to know, you in that nice neighborhood, you're at the bottom because they hate you. And they do not want you in their neighborhood. Continue reading off at the bottom.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
So since we turned our back on the Lord, he had to show us, and he showed us through these curses. Because we knew what was going to happen, but we didn't care. Just like when you run up in that corner store, you know what's going to happen. You know you're going to get caught. You know you're going to do 15 to life, but you do it anyway. Continue reading.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
You know how we know that we are the Israelites? The true Israelites according to the Bible? Because what, the Makia? Read that one more time.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
For a sign and for a wonder. And that's why we know. That's how we know. That's how we know who we are. This is how we know who God's chosen people is. Because it says we won't be in our land. It says we'll be under our oppressor's thumb. All right? That hook-nosed bastard in our land, he is not an Israelite.
Right.
We are. We're the ones suffering the curses. We're the ones under oppression. We're the ones in poverty. We're the ones who's discouraged. We're the ones who are downtrodden, stepped on. And we still make this nation the greatest nation in the world. Because we're here, under them being slaves. Continue reading.
And upon thy seed forever.
Drop to 48.
Verse 48. And it reads, Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Shall you serve your friends?
Thy enemies.
Your oppressor is your friend.
Thy enemies.
He says you're going to serve your enemies. That's what we are doing. We are serving our enemies. When you were in slavery and then we came up out of it, where did you go? You didn't go back to your homeland. You stayed right there with your enemies, not your friends. You think it's your friend because they want to talk. They want to talk sports with you. So you think that's your friend. Okay? It says you were going to serve your enemies. Continue reading.
So like if I could.
Go ahead.
Now this also how you know we still serving our enemies. Voting. Then they get that stimulus check and we think that's our friends still too, man.
Damn right.
We still serving our enemies till today.
Ooh, wee.
And And if I could continue these scriptures, sir.
Yeah, continue.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
It says in hunger and nakedness and in thirst and in what of all things. All right, so we served our enemies in hunger and nakedness and in thirst when we were in slavery, right? We had that. They put that iron yoke around our neck, and we served them in physical hard bondage. Well, now that yoke has become spiritual. And since that yoke is spiritual, you are still serving your enemy in hunger, in nakedness, and in thirst. Why? Because that's where you got to go to get your food, your clothing, your water, okay? That's how we still serve our enemies in hunger, in nakedness, and in thirst, okay? Continue reading.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And that's what he does. That iron yoke is spiritual now. Now he has an iron yoke on your mind. So he says it's okay for alternative lifestyle. So he says it's okay to go out there and live your best life. Sleep with as many men as you want, women. Give yourself to everybody. It's your body, your choice. You don't have to keep that baby. You can go to that clinic and let them vacuum your baby out. They'll vacuum them right out because we're under that bondage. We're still under that iron. We're under that yoke. But that yoke is spiritual now. All right, let's get continue reading.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
You see that? It says the Lord shall bring a nation against you from far. Where are we brought against from a nation from far? It says from the end of the earth. They call America the New World. They came from the end of the earth to get us. Okay? And them Hamites sold us into slavery. All right? 1 second, Tabaki. It says, as swift as the eagle flyeth. All of those nations, they represent that eagle. That eagle is your national bird here in America. Let me tell you how much they love the eagle. They love the eagle so much that they unalive it to where they gotta make it such a sacred bird. They need to make a sanctuary for it, a safe haven, because they done hunted it to shreds. Go ahead, Tabaki.
If I could, sir, just as America's favorite bird is the eagle, if you look at the Mexican flag, I know everybody can answer that. What's on that Mexican flag, man? That Spaniard eagle.
Because it comes all from the European nations. That's why they all have that eagle. That's why the Romans have that eagle. The Spaniards have that eagle. Okay? All of them have that eagle. Continue.
And a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
We did not understand it. We did not speak the language. We had absolutely no understanding of what the hell they were saying. Hell, you go to Louisiana now, you ain't gonna be able to understand what the hell they saying. Yeah. Okay? It's a nation that came against us whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Continue reading.
Verse 6. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young.
You see, for them, it just absolutely doesn't matter. You think because you're old that you're safe. Or you think that because you're young that you're safe. Well, what was his name? Tamakia Stanley what? The young boy that got. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. Yeah, Trayvon Martin. Of course. Bear with me 1 second. I think it was George Stanley. Let me get it right though. Nope. George Jonas Steiny Jr. All right? They don't care about the old or the young. This young brother was put in the electric chair in 1944. I believe he was about 14 years old. Okay? They don't care if you're young or old. When Dylan Roof was in that church, he didn't care if you were old or young. They don't care. This is a nation of fierce countenance, which does not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Because at the end of the day, they absolutely don't care. I remember I was watching the TV, and they asked the lady, they said, when does he go from being a cute little black boy to a dangerous man? And do you know what she said? She said about 12 years old. 12 years old, you are a child. To them, that's when you become dangerous. That's when you become an unaliver. That's when you become a gangbanger. That's when you become all of the things that they are, that they try to put on you. Go ahead.
If I could, Sister Anna, I won't say her name. Anaya. She said, so true, sir. They allow us every chance they get and give us their language, words that mean 12,000 different things.
You're right.
We got Officer Yaganai on live.
Most High in Christ. But that's exactly what it is. They do so much damage, so much treachery to us. And then they call you the animal. You're the animal. You're the animal because you're starving in the ghetto and you just want dinner tonight. But they're not an animal for oppressing your people. They're not an animal for locking you up. They're not an animal for destroying you. They're not an animal for taking away your name, taking away your culture, taking away your heritage. That's animalistic.
Right.
Let me get Baruch 4:15. Well, y'all bear with me tonight. I'm sick, but this work don't stop, so we got to make it happen.
Bear with me. Officer Yaganai, if you can get that scripture for us, Officer.
Baruch 4:15 in the Apocrypha.
Coming out of my coming, it's lagging very bad out of one. I'll get that scripture out of one. It's Book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 15. Can you hear me out of one?
Come on.
It's Book of Baruch, chapter 15 and verse 4.
4 verse 15.
Sorry, it's Salakia, chapter 4 and verse 15. 4 and verse 15. For he hath brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, whom neither reverence old man nor pitieth child.
This nation is so shameless. They don't have no regard for your baby. They absolutely don't care. And you can see that with any war. Free people, they don't care. We care. We care about their babies. That's why we nurse their babies. That's why we raise their babies. We take care of their old. We take care of their young. This is a shameless nation with a strange language who does not care. They do not care. They don't reverence the old, nor do they pity the child. All right, let's get back to Deuteronomy 28 and 64.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So that wood and stone, that's that Christian cross, and that's that cobblestone. You see, since we were scattered among all people from the end of the earth, okay. Hold on, is that our? Hold on, Salakia. Is that our stuff doing that? It can't be ours. Ours should be to love. No, 1 second. Yeah, ours is just, I was saying it's lagging bad, but yeah, I think we good. I don't know how. We got good internet in here. Okay. All right. It says that the Lord will scatter thee among all people. We are scattered from the end of the earth unto the other, through the four corners of the earth. And there we do serve other gods. That's what we do. All right. We're not serving the one true God. We're serving Christianity. We're serving Islam. We're serving Krishna. We're serving Buddha. We're serving everybody but God. Continue reading.
65. And among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest.
You see, you got to work all the damn time. That's why you don't find no ease amongst these nations, because you're going to work. You ever heard the term, work you like a Hebrew slave? That's what they do. We don't have no ease. That's why you don't know that you're an Israelite, because you got to work all the damn time. You don't never have time to even learn who you are. It says, amongst these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the foot of thy soul have rest. Continue. Or go ahead.
If I could give you a hand, sir. What's so crazy is the journey of me finding the truth. I was working a slave where I was constantly 12 hours, 15 hours at the old Frank Herman Center. And I was damn near tears, sir. Almost my feet was just burning and hurting. I had to catch the bus. And I was praying. I was like, Lord, feel this pain for me for a second. And within that next year, I ran into our camp leader, Officer Money. And that foot pain, I put the rest, I put some boots on the ground for a reason, sir.
That's right. That's damn right. And like the brother was saying, he working 12 to 15 hours all every day. That's what they require. Because America is a corporation, and they're never closed. And they always need their slaves. They always need their slaves hard at work. Okay, continue reading.
Neither shall thy soul or thy feet have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing eyes and sorrow of mind.
You see, we have that trembling heart, living in that fear. Okay? We live in that fear day and night. Okay? It says a trembling heart. It says a failing of eyes. Because when you look, you don't see no damn hope. You don't see nothing getting better. You see things getting worse. You see your bills piling up. You see your health going down the drain. You see your woman leaving you. You see your kids acting out. You don't have any hope. You just got this sorrow of mind. All this sorrow on your mind. So you turn to drugs. So you turn to the oppressor's ways. Instead of turning to the Most High God. Continue reading.
Anybody want to pick up verse 66?
If they do, make sure I can hear them good.
Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life.
Whether it's day or night, you don't have no assurance on your life. Because at any time, your life could be snatched from you. Because we are under these curses. Continue reading.
Verse 67. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even? Would God it were even? And at evening thou shalt say, would God it were morning? Would God it were morning? For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see.
That's because we don't have no assurance on our life. That's why when it's the morning, you're just trying to make it to the night. And when it's the night, you just trying to make it to the morning. That's it. Okay? Continue reading.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Stop right there. It says that the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt means bondage. Okay? Because you don't need a ship to go from Israel to Egypt. But you do need a ship to be transferred here to America, to be paraded up to Spain for slavery. All right? It says he will bring you into Egypt again with ships. We served hard bondage in Egypt, just like we served hard bondage right here in America. That was the again. It says, and thou shalt see it no more again. Talking about our land. That's why we're not living on our land. That's why we're sitting here living over here. Continue reading.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
You see, we were sold into our enemies, not our friends, for bondmen and bondwomen. And it says, and no man shall buy you. Okay? No man is coming, nobody was coming to redeem you. All right? Your slavery could have been bought out. You could have been freed right there. But nobody was coming to redeem you. All right? And Egypt means bondage. Give me Deuteronomy 5 and 6.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 6. And it reads, I am the Lord, thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
From what?
From the house of bondage.
See, the Bible's telling you right there, the land of Egypt is a house of bondage. So when it says, I will bring you into Egypt again, meaning I will bring you into bondage again. But this time it will be with ships. And that's how we got over here to the helms of America. In ships, in bondage, in cargo slave ships, stacked up like sardines for us to urinate and defecate and everywhere. Okay? Women on their monthly, whatever. It was happening right there in those tight quarters. Give me Leviticus 26 and 38. Leviticus 26 and 38.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 38. And ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up.
That's what we do. We perish. We perish among the heathen because we take on their customs. We take on their philosophies. We take on their ways. And when we do that, we're perishing. We're perishing because we want to live an alternative lifestyle. And now we need Victory to be undetectable. We perish amongst the heathen because we want to eat their shrimp, their crab, their lobster, their pork. Okay? We perish amongst the heathen because we're not safe. That's why you could get pulled over and be unalived. All right? We perish among the heathen in the land of our enemies. It eats us up. It consumes us. It consumes us because it's just a never-ending press on you. They got their foot on your neck and they just keep pressing, and it's never-ending. And that's why we are while we are perishing among the heathen in the land of our enemies that eats us up. Every resource that we have, every great idea, this land eats it up. It takes the credit and throws you back out there like you are nothing. Give me Genesis 42 and 1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 42, you said verse 21, sir?
Verse 1.
Oh, now, when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, why do ye look one upon another?
So Jacob said, there was a famine in the land at this time. And Joseph, he became so great by following the Lord's commandments. Even after his brothers sold him into slavery, he rose up to be number 2 in Egypt, only under Pharaoh. So he was above everybody but the Pharaoh. So he had rose up great, all right? And he had this dream that there would be 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. So what he did is he prepared everybody for that because he stored up when the years were good, all right? So then, all right, there's this famine going on, and Jacob is telling his sons, why do you look to one another? Why are you just sitting on your shoulders? There's corn in Egypt. There's food over there. Go get it and bring it back here. Drop down to 6.
Verse 6. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and it was the soul to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth.
You see, and that's what we were just talking about, how there was corn in Egypt, so they came over. Joseph was the governor over the land. He was in charge of all of this. And they come because they needed food. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto
And
them.
Joseph knew his brethren, but they didn't know him because he made himself strange to them. How did he make himself strange to them? Go ahead, Tamaki.
If a lot of people don't know the story of Joseph the dreamer, he was caught into bondage under the Egyptians. And his brothers, the ones that helped sold them to the Egyptians. So as living with the Egyptians, he learned their customs and their culture, so he dressed and looked like them, so he blended in just like them. So.
That is correct. Just like you blend in today. That's why you shave all the hair off your face. You don't got no beard or no mustache. That's why you put on a suit and tie. Okay? Because just like Joseph make himself strange, we make ourselves strange here in America. We put on that military uniform to make ourselves strange, right? We put on that police uniform to make ourselves strange, to conform, to not look like us. Continue reading.
And spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, whence come ye? And they said, from the land of Canaan to buy food.
You see, they thought their brother was a regular Hamite like the rest of them, because he made himself strange and he spoke roughly to them. Okay? He spoke real rough to them. All right? Read verse 8.
Verse 8. And Joseph knew his brethren, and they knew not him.
You see? He knew them because they looked like Israelites. They didn't know him because he looked strange. Okay? He looked like the Egyptians, but he wasn't an Egyptian, right? Give me Exodus 11 and 7.
And whoever can get this, go ahead and put it by the shop. Sweat. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
You see, the Lord put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Okay? So why are we being called African Americans? We're not African. The Lord put a difference between us. Just because we both got dark skin, because we both got wide nostrils, does not make us the same people. The Lord put a difference between us. The reason you're an African American is because in the 70s, Jesse Jackson coined the term African American. And that's why you're an African American today. Go figure. Let me get Job 30 and 30.
Come. The book of Job, chapter 30, verse 30. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat.
You see, he's saying he is black to the bone. Okay? We're showing you who the Israelites are. Right here in the Bible. We're showing you. All right? Job said, my skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat. That's why they had to put the bones are burnt with heat, because people just want to say, oh, that's just his condition. Okay. Well, your bones being burnt with that heat, your skin is black upon you, that means he is black to the bone. Jeremiah 12:9.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, and verse 9. It reads, my heritage is upon me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field. Come to devour.
See, Israel, it's like a speckled bird. Okay. We got our 12 tribes. We come in a variety of colors. But the one thing about the children of Israel is that all the beasts of the field are assembled and they come to devour us. They devour us with religion. They devour us with philosophy. They devour us with their education system. They devour us with their prison system. They devour us with their entertainment ways. We are out here being devoured, and all the beasts of the field come. That's why you don't own the gas station. You got another nation owning the gas station, another nation selling you food, clothing, and water, another nation you got to pay for rent, okay? Because they come to devour us. They come to just take their portion right from us. All right? Give me Hosea 7 and 8.
Come. What is momentarily about the shop?
Book of Hosea, chapter 7 and verse 8 out of 1. Salakia.
I can't hear that at all.
Can you hear me out of 1?
You got the mic on there?
Come.
Go ahead.
The book of Hosea. Salakia out of 1. Book of Hosea, chapter 7 and verse 8. Can you hear me out of 1?
Yeah, go ahead. Not really, but go ahead anyway.
Verse 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself against the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
You see, when we was doing the so-called the Taínos, they were going over there and they were having babies with the Spaniards. That's why I said Ephraim is a cake unturned. All right? So back in the day when you made a cake, you had to put it in the oven, and you had to take it out and turn it so it cooked evenly on both sides. That's why Ephraim is a cake unturned. That's why some of us are very dark, some of us are very light. Because we went over those gates and we mixed ourselves with the people, going into the Spaniard women. All right? Let me get Lamentations 4 and 8.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 8. Can you hear me, Adawan?
Yeah, go ahead.
Their visage is blackened than coal.
Their facade is blacker than coal. Just letting you know that this is a dark set of people they're talking about. Continue.
Salakia. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It is become like a stick.
You see, they're black unto the bone. That's what it's telling you. Okay? They are black unto the bone. All right, let's get it. Yeah, let me get that. Judges 16 and 13.
Book of Judges, chapter 16 and verse 13. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web.
All right. It says, weavest the 7 locks of my head. This is not talking about a dreadlock. When the Bible talks about locks, it's not talking about a dreadlock. It's talking about a braid. Continue. And get that louder somehow, Tabakia, so I can hear him clearly. Yeah, turn it all the way up.
Verse 14. And she fastened it with the pin and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee. Samson, and he awaked out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the beam and with the web.
Not the speaker, that. Turn it up on there. All right. No sweat. All right. So she braided up his hair right there. Okay. Continue reading.
Verse 15. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, and thy heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me with these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth.
You see, she just wanted to know where his strength lies so she can help her people. This is why you're not supposed to give your sons and daughters into another nation. Because when you give them to another nation, this is what happens. And there was a point where Samson's parents asked him, like, if there's not a woman from your nation, why do you keep going to these heathen women? But Samson loved those heathen women. And he paid the price for it. Continue reading.
Verse 16. And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words, and urged him, so that his soul was vexed into death.
Continue.
Verse 17. That he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there has not come a razor into my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man.
So Samson was a Nazarite since birth, because Angel told his mother to never shave his head, and he would have great strength and be a Nazarite from the womb. But he told Delilah where his strength came from, and that if his head be shaven, then he'd be weak like any other man. So let's see what this heathen woman did with that information. Continue.
Verse 18.
What's the what?
And when
So what's the-
Delilah saw
What's
that
the
he had,
Nazarite? Let's get the definition.
Salaki had one.
Here, find it in here, Tamaki. It should be right in there so we can get them the exact. Continue reading.
Come. Verse 18. And when Delilah saw that he had her all his heart, and she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up this once, for he has shewed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand.
You see, because it was all about the money. All that love Samson had for her, it meant absolutely nothing. It meant nothing. Because she was going to cut his hair so he was weak like the rest, and she was going to get paid. You know, she told her people where his strength lies. Okay? And that's why we telling our people where our strength lies. Our strength lies with the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead and read that Nazarite, Damakia, what a Nazarite is.
This is the definition of a Nazarite, an Israelite who
Brought money.
consecrated himself or herself to take a vow of separation, of self-imposed abstinence from the purpose of some special service. There were two different types of Nazaritism: the temporary and the perpetual, of which the first type was far more common. In fact, we know only of three of the last classes: Samson, Samuel, and John the Baptist. The third principle marks where this slide. The Nazareth were and of the wine of all products of wine includes grapes. This is one different.
Yeah, that's all we need on that. So a Nazarite is basically taking an oath with the Most High. Taking a Nazarite oath. But you have to be an Israelite. Okay? Continue reading. Verse 19.
In verse 19. And she made him sleep until her knees. And she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him. And his strength went from him.
And his strength went with him because he wanted to chase some heathen women. How much strength has left from you because you wanted to chase some tail? Some tail that was just going to hand you over to her people. See, we got to understand. We got to understand what we were meant for, what we were meant to be, how we were meant to be. Okay? Damaki, you give me Acts 13:1.
Salaki had one.
I'll see that and I got a question.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Can I speak out of one?
You said what?
Did you hear me out of one? Could I speak out of one? Salaki.
Go ahead.
I was looking at 16 and it says, then the lords of the Philistines came into her and brought money in their hand. I think about how all our celebrities, how we go into these other nations, and all they want is our money. All they want is gain. You look at Kanye and that Kardashian, how Kanye, he's a millionaire, a billionaire, and she does whatever she wants. He got to pay child support. It ain't like she needed, and she do whatever she wants with those kids, and let him see those kids whenever she feel like it. And he's still powerless. I don't want.
Yeah, that's heavy. Because that's what it all is about.
The bag.
Money. But they call it that almighty dollar. Okay? That's what it's about. Go ahead and read 19. Oh, we already read 19?
Calling that one.
All right, let's get Acts 13:1. Go ahead and read that, Tamakia.
So Acts chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger.
Called what?
Niger.
Called what?
Niger.
It was called Niger, all right? Which, you know, those words that we were called here in America, those are derivatives of that. It's nothing new. The prophets were black and they were called Niger. Just like you're black and you were called the N-word with a hard ER. Okay? Continue.
And Lucius of Cyrene and Madani, which had been brought up with Herod the treacherous and Saul.
See? Remember, before Saul was Paul, he was out there. Out there vicious. Give me Acts 21:37.
It's the letter of Acts, chapter 21, verse 37. And Paul was to be led into the castle, and he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Can it speak Greek?
Can thou speak Greek? Why is he asking him that? He's asking him that because he looks like another nation. Okay? Yeah, we might look similar to other people. We're not them. Continue reading.
Verse 38. Are not thou that Egyptian?
You see, they're asking him, can you speak Greek? Because they think he's an Egyptian. Well, let's see what Paul says. Continue.
Which before these days made us an uproar and led us out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers.
Hey, bring them on the stage, Tamakia. Should be Yaquab and Kakamyala. All right, Most High Christ. It's probably with Yaquab. All right, Most High Christ. Continue reading.
Verse 39. But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus.
You see, he was a Jew from Tarsus. Paul knew who he was. Not only did he know that he was a Jew, he knew what tribe that he was. Okay? Continue reading.
A city in Sicily, a citizen of no mean city, and I beseech thee, suffer me not unto the people.
Suffer me to speak.
Suffer me not to speak unto the people.
Suffer me to speak.
Suffer me to speak unto the people.
He said, yeah, I am a Jew of Tarsus, a city of Sicilia, all right, a citizen by no mean city. And I beseech thee, suffer me to speak unto the people. Let me talk. Okay? Somebody give me Isaiah 29 and 22. Oh, hold on. Finish. No, Salakia. Give me Romans 11 and 1 first, so we can see that Paul knew who he was.
This is the book of Romans.
Talk about it doesn't matter. It
chapter
obviously
11.
does matter, or it would be put in here. Romans 11:1.
Book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, from the tribe of Benjamin.
You see, he understood who he was. Paul knew exactly who he was. And that's why today we spend so much time, effort, and energy to make sure you know who you are. Because it's important. Now somebody give me Isaiah 29:22.
Salaki had him, what's that verse?
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 22. And it reads, therefore, thus saith the Lord, who redeemed Abraham, concerning the people, concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob saw not, now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale.
You see, Jacob, you don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to be ashamed to be an Israelite. You just know that this is you. These are your people. And that Israel will never wax pale. Okay? So those fake in our land, they are not us. Because right here it says that Israel Jacob's face should never wax pale. Jacob meaning Israel. Okay. Give me Romans 8:16. This is how we know that we're the prophets. This is how we know we come back in the earth, all that, all that good stuff. Right here.
Book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 16. For the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
You see, you can tell by the spirit. You can tell by the spirit of the person. They're a part of your nation or not. They're a part of Israel or not. Okay? You can tell it 100% by their spirit. Okay? Because the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Okay? We get Jeremiah 23 and 25.
Come. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 25.
God.
Verse 25. And it reads, I have heard what the prophet says, that prophecy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed.
All right. It says, I've heard what prophet said, that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed. This is a great way to end Black History Month. Because this dreamer right here is talking about Martin Luther King, who came and prophesied lies in the Most High's name and said, I have dreamed. I have dreamed. The Lord didn't tell you to dream about integration. Said nothing about it. Okay? He just wanted that so he could have access to sleep with our oppressors' women. Okay, continue reading.
Verse 26. Not long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies. Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart.
See, that deceit of that own heart is because They prophesy whatever's going to feed their lust, whatever's going to feed their flesh, whatever's going to feed the way that they want to live. Continue reading.
Verse 27. Which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal.
See, that's what we do when we follow these dreamer of dreams. We forget about the Most High, and we pick up Baal. We pick up Christianity. We pick up Islam. We pick up Egyptology. We pick up the Moorish Science Temple. Pick up all this nonsense. Okay, continue reading.
Verse 28. The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream. And he that had my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the chaff to the wheat, said the Lord?
What's the chaff to the wheat? It said that prophet that has dream, let him tell his dream. And he that hath my word, let him speak my word faithfully. My word says, don't give your children into another nation. That word said, I believe we should all be equal and come together. Okay, continue reading.
Verse 29. Lord, it is not my word like as a fire, said the Lord, like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces.
Continue.
Verse 30. Therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, said the Lord, that steal my words, every one from his neighbor.
Meaning teaching against the Most High. If your dream or your word goes against what the Most High says, then it is absolutely incorrect. And I'm going to get one more just to prove the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are Israel. Even though I got a lot more, we might do part 2 next week. Depending. Give me Songs of Solomon 1 and 5.
Anybody got that online? No sweat.
Go ahead, Tamakia, and tell somebody to hold a security announcement. Well, you might have to read them so I can hear.
I got you.
All right.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
God.
I am black, but comely.
I am what?
I am black, but comely.
I am black but comely, meaning black and beautiful. Comely means beautiful. I am black and comely. I am black and beautiful. Continue.
O ye daughters of Israel, as the tents of Kedar.
As the tents of Kedar. You know, that's very dark. That's what that's saying. Go ahead.
As the curtains of Solomon.
And drop down to verse 10.
Ooh-wee. Verse 10. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold.
You thought you just started wearing jewelry. You thought you just started wearing a grill. When it says my cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, meaning his grill is beautiful. Okay? His grill is beautiful. All right? And thy neck with chains of gold. Any questions?
Any questions online?
All right, go ahead and read those security announcements. We'll see next week.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. With the ISUPK, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They'll be saluted only. They have shared themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is the commandment. You find it in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 and 10. Then speak to the Hebrew, my Isreal, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the church as part of my teaching. Preach fund, free will offer for preach, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you will like. This is the next upcoming holy convocation.
Upcoming holy convocation, we're going to have the Passover. That's the 14th day of the first month, which is going to be Friday, April 20th, 2024. We find this in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1. So like 12, 1 through 51. Leviticus 23, 4 and 5. 1 Corinthians 5, chapter 7. It's like in chapter 5, verse 7 and 8. And 2 Chronicles, chapter 30, verse 17.
All right, reminder, for any holy convocations, look at the bulletin board in the schools, in the hallways. If anyone wants to come to the trooper, start wearing all black shirt, all black boots, all black pants, all black shirt, all black headband, all black scarf. This includes the ISUPK security knives from Officer Tamaki past class at the Officer tomorrow one.
It's like I had to make sure them kittens is good. With that, we're going to a Magium, which means to stand. We're going to turn, Sar, face the east. That way, we're going to get the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanah, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shabbat, Yahweh, Malakah, Talayah, Shabbat, Hayah, Asha, Barakazah, Hayah, Shemayim, Shemayim, Welcome. Call. Yo, Wasalaki now. Kabawaki now. Kasalaki now. Kabawaki now. Wala. Kabanawa. Manasawa. Mabo. Yanashadawa. Ayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Wahatapara. Alayim. Amen. Now in English, our Father which art in heaven.
Our Father which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
In earth as it is in heaven.
In earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
Forgive our debts as we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into
But
temptation.
deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
And
and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. All right, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. You can turn that mic off the mic. All right. Men of Israel, Majim. Majim Shabbat. Majim Barak.
Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbat.
Yeah. All right, Yahweh Batal. We're going to turn, face the sisters. Sisters rise. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teachers. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Latam Yajim Atah, class dismissed.
All right, I gotta learn the female one, bro.